Welcome back to Asian Voices. Our community has many heroes from many walks of life, but we found one hero originally from Indonesia who is doing something extraordinary to help his fellow veterans get a second chance at life. Let's visit with Kalani Kreutzberg, who is the founder of Cammies and Canines, a non-profit organization whose mission is to rehabilitate homeless veterans by providing them with basic necessities, opportunities for job training, as well as bonding with dogs from shelters. Kalani overcame his own challenges in life and now serves a new mission of making a positive difference in the lives of these homeless vets.
Over 500,000 veterans are homeless. San Diego alone has 1,100 homeless veterans. Veterans commit suicide 1.5 times the rate of civilians. On average, that's 22 veterans committing suicide per day. We aim to put an end to that. Cammies and Canines is a veteran-ran nonprofit focused on rescuing homeless dogs and helping our veterans transition off the streets by finding healing through a canine's companion, all in the effort to curb the veteran suicide rate. The Cammies and Canines Sanctuary will not only be a dog rescue operated by veterans transitioning from homelessness, but the sanctuary will also be a healing ground via programs like equestrian therapy, horticultural therapy, emotional group therapy, and more. A place for veterans to decompress, rediscover purpose, and transition back into society in a loving, responsible way. Together we'll change the lives of homeless dogs, homeless veterans, and reduce the veteran suicide rate for good.
I'm a second-generation Dutch Indonesian. My mom was born in Jakarta, and my father was born in Holland. Following in my dad's footsteps, I always wanted to be a Marine. Very proud of my service. I married around that same time and had two beautiful daughters. Came back from deployment and I was staring down the barrel of my first divorce. Very hard time. Could not come to terms with the fact that here I was serving my country, but my own household was in such disarray. Ultimately got divorced, tried to pick up my life, found love once more, got married a second time, and deployed. This time, when I came home to deployment, my wife was still there for 2 weeks, and then she announced that she was leaving me. Before I knew it, I had isolated myself to the point of homelessness. It happened overnight. I wasn't on drugs, wasn't an alcoholic. I had money in the bank, but I couldn't talk to anybody. Unless you were part of that gun club with me, unless you knew the handshake, unless you were out and deployed with me, there was no point in me having a conversation with you. It was a waste of breath. So I just kept to myself. And mentally and emotionally, I was very self-destructive. So I called a group called the Mankind Project. Little did I know it's a worldwide organization that full of just men, emotionally intelligent men, emotionally responsible men. And I had tapped into a network where they provided me a safe space to touch my feelings once and for all. They gave me the skill set to put words to my emotions. Once I had that skill set, I was then able to navigate through the maze that I had going on in my head. It has been my mission in life for the past 2.5 years to reach out to every single homeless veteran walking these streets and letting them know, one, they're not alone, because I've been on the streets with them. Two, that they have a place to come home to. All they need to do is raise their hand, ask for help like I did, and I will be right there with them, in the trenches with them. I realized something was missing in my life. And it was my dogs, my two dogs that were taken from me. I didn't even have a chance with them. It wasn't until I lost them that I realized how much of an impact they had on my life. This is my dog Bass, which is short for Barcelona. Gunnery Sergeant John Barcelona was a World War II Medal of Honor winner. And this is my best friend. I rescued him from place in Seal Beach, California, through the help of Animal Planet. I was on a TV show called Rescue Dog to Super Dog with a good buddy of mine, Nate Schomer, who's partner of Cammies Canines. Before I had him, I was so stuck in depression. So much so that I wasn't willing to leave my house because that meant I had to talk to people. I was much more comfortable just staying in my house, isolating myself in darkness. I kept the windows closed. And this is my angel who brought me back to life. He's the co-founder of Cammies and Canines. We are taking veterans off the streets and housing them, providing them with 6 months of transitional housing, offering them through peer-to-peer support groups on a weekly basis an opportunity to touch their sadness and their fear and their other feelings, all those emotions they've never been allowed to touch or they've been afraid to. We do that here. We have dog trainers on the property, and their sole focus is taking care of the dogs and training the dogs. We have our veterans that we have rescued from the streets, and they assist with the dog process. They assist taking care of the dogs. And when and if a relationship is bonded between our homeless veterans and one of the dogs that we've rescued, then we all go out of our way to do everything we can to nurture that relationship and allow that relationship to blossom into something beautiful. So that at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the 6-month program here, they get to leave here with their dog. This is a tangible solution that we are providing San Diego and to our entire veteran community. Cammies and Canines is funded through private donations, but we're really looking for those big sponsors to stand behind this thing and help us, lock arms with us, so that together we could make a much larger positive impact for our community. I'm Kalani, and this is my voice. Kisses.